Alright, welcome back. We're going to continue analyzing this this piece in C major. We didn't get to it in the last video. And what we did before was we took each of the chords in a C major scale and we actually gave them analysis already, so it would be very easy to just jump right into the piece given that we already have the chords laid out. Alright, so the next chord we have to analyze is the third one right here. There's a B, an F, a D, and a G, and that occurs in the 5 chord. And so if there's a B on the bottom, we already established that that would be first inversion. That's root position. That's first inversion. So to have a first inversion chord, that means we've inverted it. So we put the bottom note being the third of the chord one time. So that is a 5, 6, 5 chord. 5, 6, 5. All right, let's take a look at the next one. We have an A, an F, a C, and a C. So F, A, C. That's shown in the 4 chord right here. And what do we have on the bottom? We had, let's take a look at that. We had an A on the bottom right here. So if there's an A on the bottom and it's a 4 chord, the third of the chord is on the bottom, which means we have a 6. We notate it with a 6. So this is a 4, 6 chord. All right, let's move on. We've got a G, an E, a G, and a C. So again, that's a 1 chord, G, C, E, G. But having a G on the bottom, it's going to be in second inversion. So that is a 1, 6, 4 chord. Okay, let's move right along. Lining up, there we go. To the G, the F, and the B. Here you can see that not all the notes are represented in the 5-7 chord. We have a G, a D, a B, and an F, but there is no D. However, the tonality is already determined because you don't necessarily need the 5th to tell what kind of chord it is. We know it is a 5-7 chord. So we have a 5, 7, and it is very likely for 5-7 chords to lead to ones, especially being in root position, having the 7th of the chord and the 7th of the scale going up to the C. So we have a C, G, E, and a C. Again, it's a 1 chord in first position, in root position, I'm sorry. So what we're going to do now is head over to the piano and see the effects of Roman numeral analysis on how we play and how tonalities are heard. So here we go. Alright, so now we're here at the piano, and what I'm going to do is play the chords for you as they're written on the page, and then we're going to take a look at the practical applications of Roman numeral analysis and how we can actually just take what we have here and transpose it to a whole nother key. This is very helpful maybe in vocal music so that you can fit a range, or instrumental music if there's a B-flat instrument you're writing for when your piece is in C. Or, of course, for the AP Music Theory test, this is always useful. These are the fundamental steps. So what I'm going to do here is play the 1 chord for you. So here's what the 1 chord sounds like. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and play you a C major scale first. So now our ear is in the key that we're going to be playing in. So what we have first, if you look up here, is the 1 chord C, E, C, G. So here it is, 1. Then we have the 6 chord in first inversion. Then we have the 5, 6, 5 chord. Alright, now we have the 4, 6. We're going to go over to the 1, 6, 4 chord. Here's the 5, 7 with the omitted 5th. And back to the 1 chord. Alright. So what we learn about tendency here is 5 chords tend to lead to, well, so here's a 5 chord, tend to lead back to the 1. So what's really cool about this is you can take any sort of chordal arrangement that you have and write your own music with it. So if you have a pop song, for example, what you're probably going to do is have 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. I just played all of those chords in root position, but you could hear where the song was going to. Another very interesting thing about Roman numeral analysis is you can take what you've got here. I'm actually going to play all of these chords in root position for ease's sake, and we're going to transpose it to a different key. So here's 1, 6, 5, 4, 1, 5, 1 in C major. And I can actually take the same thing and do it in G, and all we'd have to do is know which scale degree. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, don't forget the F sharp, and 1. So if we take those chords and knowing that the big numbers are minor and the lowercase numbers are, the big numbers are major and the lowercase numbers are minor, we can actually transpose this into G major. So here we go. We have 1, 6, 5, 4, 1, 5, back to 1. So the benefits of these are that we can take any piece of music that we have and put it into any sort of key we want. We can keep it in G major, or we could bring it back to C. And the beauty of Roman numeral analysis is you can hear where these particular chords are going. All you have to do is learn how to write the chords like we did before and put them into a pattern. It's all based upon patterns. And so the chords that we're playing are all interrelated to each other. And so something that you can take away from this Roman numeral analysis is you can use the technique that we did by writing out all the notes, and what you're going to end up having is just having a piece that you just have to fit into that map that you've already created for yourself. So then you can have total free range on what kind of key you want it in, and it's sometimes very easy to write something in C major and then transpose it to another key. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me in the tag below.